That was my first experience driving a Cybertruck, and I'll be honest with you, I enjoyed the heck out of that. That was a lot of fun. But I can see that once somebody would buy one of these vehicles and the learning curve of operating it was done, you could want to fine-tune the acceleration of the vehicle to suit your different needs based on whatever situation you're in. And that is where the pedal commander would come in. Now, we put these in big, heavy diesel trucks. We put them in my Toyota Tundra. We put them in all kinds of things. And the throttle response can just get insane. But you can also kind of dumb it down, too, for fuel economy. And you can do the same thing in the electric vehicle, which is nice.
Well, now, it's hard to believe that you would want more throttle response in this vehicle if you ever drove it, because the torque is instant. But there is a bit of a lag from when you actually hit the throttle till it actually engages and gives you torque, right? So that could be, it may make for an interesting situation. You're pulling into traffic or moving around at any point because you hit the gas and then literally all of a sudden a second later someone hits you like with a bat. That's how this thing is. It's like an on-off switch. And that's one of the things you can do with this is control the rate at which it accelerates. So you can make it a smoother ride. So you're around pedestrians or you're backing into a parking spot or something like that. You can make it where it's a little bit more controllable. It's not so on and off with that switch. Allow you to drive it a little bit easier.
So you've got 36 different levels of adjustability with this, because you've got basically with it, there's 4 settings and then 9 different settings within each of those, right? You know what's cool about this? It's a little bit different on the electric one versus the other ones that we did. We had Eco City, Sport, and Sport Plus on all the other ones that we did. For the electric vehicles, you've got Range Plus, which is the equivalent of Eco, which is great for the electrical vehicles because it'll extend your range. Everybody's concerned about what's my range and my mileage.
Right. You know, the other thing, too, what's really important with somebody who's got a vehicle like this, right? It's a battery-operated vehicle. It's got tons of electronics going on. You can't fix it. You have to bring it into a dealership.
Sure.
You do not want to void a warranty, and this will not do that. It's a quick, easy install in a few minutes, plugs right in, does what it needs to do, and doesn't void the warranty, so this thing is still going to be covered. The other thing, we're talking about being covered, right?
Yeah.
The safety aspect. I mean, it's a high-dollar vehicle.
Yeah.
It is a big bullseye wherever you bring it. People are looking at it. You want to protect it, and you can tell them about that feature.
Yeah, like you said, there's a lot of dollar bills wrapped up in this thing, and you don't want somebody just walking away with it. You know, you come out to the parking lot, and it's gone. Cool thing about this is with the pedal commander, there's an app with that, too. So you would open up your app, and you park the vehicle, and say you're going into like a theme park or something where you're going to be gone for a couple hours, right? And then you would open it up, and you would go to anti-theft and just engage the anti-theft. And then that way, if somebody does get in here, and they do get it started. However, maybe they're just pretty smart and they figure out how to get it started and they hit the accelerator, nothing's going to happen. It gives it a dead pedal.
Yeah, they got a 9-year-old kid in the back who tells them how to start it.
Yeah. I had to call my son to tell him, hey, how does Dad drive this thing? You know? So actually now we can take the 2 minutes and do the install. If you're thinking about getting a pedal commander, but you're concerned about the difficulty of installation, I'm telling you, take that thought and put it in the back of your mind. This is literally one of the easiest things to install, which is another reason we love it so much. So the only thing I didn't do as far as the installation goes is you could put tape on the back of this and mount it somewhere. I don't know where he's gonna want it, so I don't wanna mount it in the wrong place. And actually, if he just wants to hide this whole module altogether, he can do that and just tuck it away, because everything you do on this, you can do on the app. So I'm gonna leave that up to him. Well, I was gonna punch it.
No, it's not anymore.
Are you scared? Yeah.
You know, this is actually, obviously, it can be a very fun vehicle to drive, but just it's getting kind of fluid with the pedal, I think, is a bit of a challenge, and that pedal commander is going to come in handy with that. But do you want us to dial it down or dial it up?
No, I'm actually fine with it now. We're on dynamic level, right, at 0, so we're not going up 1 or 2. There's a lot of traffic right here, so I don't want to put it in hyper +4 when there's cars right in front of me.
We'll be on top of the car in front of us before we know it. Man, it's been a good day. We played with some cool stuff today.
We really did.
All right, I'm holding on. It's almost rude how fast it accelerates. Cool. Nonetheless, I think we've had a good day today. Got to try out something new, which is always fun to do. And that's all the time we got for Chucky. We'll see you guys next time.